Hey Yacker, hope you're doing well, and today we're back with some more Minecraft Dungeons, and today I want to be making the most overpowered loadout possible. So I've done like a video kind of like this in the past, but it's quite old, same with the other ones like this, so I want to be redoing it. And I could like use this armor that I got from doing the tower glitch, and it's, way higher power level than anything else. But I'm going to try to stick to armor that you could get normally. That way it's, somewhat achievable. So let's start cooking up something. So first off, for armor, I think I'm going to start with this frostbite armor because it's really quite good. The spawn a snowy companion is really good because that's the snowball enchantment basically, which is just really nice because it triggers every second, or at least I believe this gilded should, or unique. And it's gilded with a tier 3 protection, which is really nice. So this one is a bit rare because you would have to get it from the tower, but it is possible to get from the tower without having to do any glitches. It's just 263, so that extra health is going to be very nice. The enchantments aren't great, but we are going to re-roll those. Next up, we're going to go with the tried and true, my favorite harp crossbow. I love this thing. This is great. Ideally, this would be gilded, but you'd have to do that from a tower, an ancient hunt, and I've tried so many times and I haven't been able to do it, and since I don't want to go to the tower and re-roll over and over again to try to get a gilded version of this, this one's gonna have to do. I think it's quite good. I like the enchantments on it, but right now this is one of the best bows in the game in my opinion. I think it's really good. But of course, one of the things that makes this bow really good are the artifacts that you pair with it. So I like the firework arrow and the thundering quiver. And then I haven't decided if I like the harpoon quiver. I think it is pretty good because it basically has piercing on it, which is kind of nice because as you can see right here, it goes through mobs, which is kind of insane. I haven't tested it out a lot in like normal levels, but I think it's kind of crazy. And then next we're going to go with my Starless Knight that you guys have all seen before. This is pretty good. I do have this gilded version, which is also pretty good, but I think I like this one more because it gives me the tier 3 Void Strike, where this is only going to give me a tier 1. And since it has that guild on it, I can't re-roll it and get it again, which is super unfortunate. So I think I'm going to stick with this lower one. Anyway, now that we have the premise of our loadout, let's switch back here. And honestly, I might keep this slot open for kind of miscellaneous because I do like the harpoon quiver, but I might switch it out for the power shaker from time to time because that goes kind of crazy. Same with the death cap mushroom. So we'll see. I think for right now I'll leave the harpoon quiver. Alright, so now let's get to re-rolling. I'm going to re-roll this armor first because that's kind of the most important. I think the artifacts I want to go for will be mostly bow focused, because that's kind of what I'm going to base this build off of. There's a lot of different like overpowered builds that you can do depending on your playstyle. The type of playstyle that I like is kind of a ranged stay back and crowd control style, because I could obviously get like, like a power bow or something and just have that do like insane amounts of damage. But I like very much crowd control and staying far away. That's why I have this sword, because one, it does lots of damage and it's really quite good for crowd control. So obviously this loadout will be pretty tailored to me, but I still think it'll be a very overpowered loadout. Okay, so I re-rolled this armor a little bit and I am liking the look of it because it gives me cooldown, which is nice because I'll bring some of my artifacts back a little bit quicker. It also has lightning focus, which I feel like could be good because of that thundering quiver. Okay, you know what? I might actually try this armor as is because I like the cooldown. And the thing about armor enchantments is I feel like there's not really many that are good for the type of build that I'm wanting to try. Like just looking through some of these, none of them are like super like, ranged bow focused, besides like there is the recycler one right here that like every time you get hit by a projectile, it has a chance to like create a small quiver, but it's like 5 arrows or something. And my harp crossbow never runs out of arrows anyway, so I'm not too worried about that. And so the rest of these enchantments like aren't that insane. Like maybe potion barrier could be kind of helpful. Deflect could actually be pretty nice. That could be a good one to get. I might try getting that on this armor, but I do like cooldown and I do like the lightning focus for the extra damage. for my quiver, and I was thinking Final Shout. I don't know how it works with all these quivers, because quivers can stack. Like, if I use this one and then decide to use this and then this one, then they're all still there. So Final Shout would still work with all the quivers, which could be good. So I'm gonna go test this loadout out, I guess, as is, and I think it's looking pretty solid. I think the harpoon quiver goes kind of crazy because the piercing on it actually kind of insane. Also, I haven't gotten a chance to see if this snowball activates every second like I thought it did. Ah, there's too many mobs. Oh my gosh, this is why Infinity is insane. I've used my firework arrow like 7 times there, I think. Holy cow. Okay, I'm gonna try to single one of these mobs out real quick. I have too much crowd control is the problem. So it looks like this snowball isn't every second. Oh, that sucks, because that makes it, that's part of what makes it really good, though it does have plus 30% range damage, I'm just realizing now, which also makes this really good because, like I said, I'm using my bow a lot for this loadout. So that's pretty good, even if Snowball doesn't activate every second like the normal enchantment does. That's still pretty good. Honestly, it might be better just to get another Thundering Quiver, because the Harpoon Quiver is pretty good, but I think the Thundering Quiver is way better. Alright, 800 million damage, that's pretty good. Not quite a billion, which is sad, but that's also a shorter level, so I guess that's alright. Oh, that time with my loadout I did 1 billion damage in the Soul Sand Valley, trying to get a Thundering Quiver, which I did not successfully get. Yes! Finally, a little bit underpowered from what I want, but at least I have it now. I'll toss it in the forge real quick. Wait, what? Wait, what? When did I get that one? Also, while I'm running through these levels real quick, if you didn't know, I've made a second channel where I, talk about 3D printing, cosplay, different stuff like that, and there's already 3 videos out on it right now and 2 YouTube shorts, so if you want to go check that out, I'd very much appreciate it. There's a link in the description, and I think it's fun. I'm going to be posting on there. I'll still be posting on this channel as well, but if you are interested, I'd appreciate it if you go check that out. Okay, there we go. My quiver is now done. Gave me on the very lowest end that it could, but whatever. I'm still just going to use it for now, and then, later, eventually, I'll get it actually what I want it to be. Also, I just realized my firework arrow is also lower than what it would ideally be, but that is future me problem, and to be honest, the damage difference probably isn't that much more. So I'm just going to jump into a soggy cave, Apocalypse plus 25, and let's see what we can do. I feel like this loadout's pretty good, at least in my opinion. I was hoping I could use both Thundering Quivers at once, and I just have like 10 arrows, and that would be insane. But unfortunately I do have to wait a little bit in between, but that's fine. And that artifact cooldown does make a big difference. Look at that. That goes down super quick. And by the time this one runs out, my other one might be back, honestly, because the Infinity, depending on... Yeah, my other one's back already. So depending on my luck with Infinity, I may just never have to use normal arrows again, which is insane, because look, now I can just go back to this, and I'm right back in it. So that's pretty insane, and the artifact cooldown is helping a lot with that. And then if I ever have to, I can just go to the firework arrow if I need like big damage, big crowd control. Yeah, I'm liking this loadout. Just gonna get rid of these guys real quick. Yeah, I love crowd control, especially when it's crowd control like this and it can just destroy enchanted enemies as well. Is awesome. I should have done a level that has a boss, but I'm assuming that this will destroy a boss as well, especially like the Corrupt Cauldron or some stupid boss like that where it spawns like mobs as well. I think this thing would absolutely eat. So that was Soggy Cave. I think this loadout is really quite good. Is it the most overpowered? I'd say probably not, because obviously I could get my harp crossbow and my sword gilded and then it would be, more overpowered. But out of the gear I have right now, and like out of gear that's not like insanely hard to get and is kind of luck based, I'd say yeah, this is definitely the most overpowered loadout, at least to my play preference. You know, obviously if you're more of like a melee build, then this is not going to be the most overpowered loadout for you. But for me, yeah, this is insane. The fact that I don't basically have to use any normal arrows is insane. I'm just gonna say, ideally, if I had an absurd amount of time to spend, this would be gilded with either another multi-shot, if that's possible. I believe you can get infinity twice, so gilded with an extra infinity would be nice if that's possible. If not, then a rapid fire on this would be pretty OP. Starless Night, if I'm just dreaming up something wild here, a guild with, I don't know, maybe sharpness again, or critical hit could be good. Because you can get those twice on weapons. Maybe something with the radiance could be quite good, because like it wouldn't have a huge chance to activate, but getting some extra health is always nice. But overall, I think this loadout is pretty dang overpowered. But sadly, that will have to do it for today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you are new, I'd appreciate it if you subscribed, if you like the video. New videos every Thursday, and remember to stay jolly.